That's funny. You see, this is where I searched up his clan's name. I came down here and I was just looking through this, and it said sex male. Yes, seriously, that's amazing. Let's get on to the next part. That's the picture that I originally used, made by whoever's on the. Oh, this is from web novels. Is this from? Uh, Whatever. That's from web novels, apparently. I've read some stuff from there. Novels. What do you think it's called that for? But, where should we start? Oh, yeah, from where we left off. So, as a Guinea squad, they would still be given day rank missions, as the usual, to the point where Sasuke would be annoyed and Naruto would be too. And they would ask for a high ranking mission. As the Hokage would ask, the Jonin instructor, and he would say yes. As they would walk off. Or they would be, no, what am I talking about? Tazuna, or the bridge builder, would walk in, introducing themselves as Naruto, Yuki, Sasuke, Uchiha, and Sakura Haruno. Of course, he would know about the clan of ice users, and I would say Uchiha's would be known since he is an older person, and he would at least heard of the name of the Uchihas of the Hidden Leaf, and the ice users of the Hidden Leaf, so he would mess with Sakura, and all that, and they would be told tomorrow that they will be heading out, and to get ready, as they would. As they would get ready to go, and they would meet there. As they're walking down, they would run into a puddle, which Naruto would know that somebody's in it. With his water affinity, he's able to sense through the water. As he would do this, as the demon brothers would jump out, suddenly killing Kakashi, both no hesitation. He would have threw some snowballs into the air, exploding, and it would push them back, since this is a newly designed version where there's actually some knockback to it, so they're actually able to push people back. As this would confuse them, as Naruto would have made an ice pillar to his hand, as they would be frozen over by him, as he would pretty much tie them up, as he would pretty much make his ice into chains or not chains, but like cuffs, as they're very detailed, as they'd be sent to the Hidden Leaf, as they would say, do you want to continue? My mother's being, and I put my great device of a muffler, which is just a blanket, which actually works somehow, and it does put down some of the background noises. It's amazing. But as they would be sent off, Kakashi asked if they could continue, and the team would say yes, as they would. As Tazuna thinks that he hit the mother lode, since he got 2 clan members of very strong clans, or well-known strong clans, with their Hokage being a Yuki member. Oh my god, that's just reminded me of, what was it? Future Diary, hearing Yuki for some reason. Not for some reason, there's a clear reason why. But, yeah. But they would continue going forward as Naruto had sensed somebody. Okay, my stomach's in pain now. I left off with them walking to a very oh no, Naruto sensing somebody. As he would have put a mark on them and would have slashed towards them. As he did this, he would have sensed that the person left and dodged it. Out of pure sensing ability, so he knows that they're very skilled. And they probably felt the chakra coming, or been told there may be a sensor somewhere. But he'd look around as they would continue walking, as it would get mistier and mistier, as some black figure of a blade would launch from the trees, as a man would jump on top of it, saying, Hatake, Kakashi Hatake, the copy ninja. Zabuza Mochi. I just said Mochi. Momochi. Something like that. One of the seven swordsmen of the mist. As they would challenge them in a fight. As Naruto does not want to interfere since he can't really help. So he would do his mission, that would be protecting Tazuna. As he would do a hand sign saying multi-shadow clone jutsu. Proofing out 20 of them, which would surround, 5 of them would surround, what was his name, 4 of them in a diamond formation, then 5 of them, or another 4 of them would go around the side of them, then the rest of them would spread out everywhere, ready to perform a jutsu at all times. As the real Naruto would be with his team, saying, and be ready, he's probably not by himself. Just be careful, just in case. And just in case if he throws an attack towards this way. As he would do some hand signs making water clones. And so would Kakashi, after pulling out his Sharingan, since he obviously knows that he has the Sharingan. As he would have fought against him. As Sasuke sees the Sharingan, as they would notice that his green eye is different, it's gone. As Sasuke thinks it must have been a genjutsu to trick us into not knowing about it. So how did he get it? But he would be fighting as these water clones would be happening. As one would jump behind Kakashi, as another one would grab him, as one of them would chase toward the bridge builder, swinging its sword, and it would try to go through the clones, as the clones would say, snowball, forming 4 of them, throwing them in the air each, creating snow everywhere, and knocked back Zabuza, as the other 2 of them, or other 4 of them around them, would have shot water bullets at him, which he would cover with a sword, pushing him even more back, as he would run, as they would pick up the bridge builder, as they would dodge him, as he would be right in the middle, as the other clones would perform a jutsu saying, Snowman's breath, breathing out, freezing the area, and freezing the clone, popping it. Since the clone wouldn't be completely destroyed by just some little pushback, like if somebody pushed him over, it wouldn't pop him. But it would freeze him and destroy him. The clone. As he says, you have a Yuki member on your side. Well, I have one too. As Haku would come out of the trees, as he would instantly throw an ice style, saying 1,000 needles of death. As Naruto would create a flower saying demonic petals. As their attacks would be launched, as they would counter each other, canceling them out. As Naruto would say, he would say ice style, ice release, snow cannon. As he would create one, as he would let it loose with some chakra, which would shoot pretty much an ice ball, which Haku would dodge as it would rip through a tree. As he says, as he would do some hand signs, saying slippery forest, freezing the ground all the way up to the trees, as ice from the trees would have started falling everywhere, making it snow in the area. This is pretty much changing the climate around them right now, which is one of the uses of their clan. And that's how they make the Frost Festival happen, is by using a similar jutsu to this, but not at this level. As this allows whoever casted this jutsu to pretty much enhance their ice and able to form it anywhere. As Naruto would form the same jutsu, as this would pretty much buff up their power. And they would just tell who's more skilled at using this. As Naruto would do some more hand signs, saying Sharingan Jutsu, multi-Sharingan Jutsu, and explosion, Shadow Explosion Tag Jutsu, or Explosion Clone Jutsu. As they would run off, going for the forest, as he would sense where they're going, and so would Haku. As he would notice one that's coming right next to him, as he would throw some sim bones, and it would stab into it. As one of them, he would sense coming above him, as he'd throw some sim bones, as they would hit it, and it'd fall down, as it would explode on top of him, pushing him back, as he says, "Dang it," so some of them can explode then. As he says, I have to watch that. Getting ready to perform a jutsu. As they would come near, he would say rising snow. As ice would rise above him, kind of creating barriers for a second and dissipate into snow, falling everywhere. Which he'd use this to his advantage, as he would throw up his fist, moving the snow around as orbs, flinging them around like snowballs, but not the same kind that Deku uses for explosions. As he would use this as defensive and offensive, smashing away the clones where they're not close enough to explode on him. Well, I just called her, oh god. But as Naruto would sense this, he would think of this too, as he would throw up some ice, but he'd think of another move, as he'd think this wouldn't be more effective, creating two larger pillars but shorter ones next to him. So he put his hand on it, saying ice plates. As he would like throw them off, sliding them off, throwing them as like projectiles that can cut through stuff. As he would see this as they would go by, Haku would sense them, as he would dodge them and simbone them and break them. As the attack would be done, he would put the snowballs together, launching them at Naruto, which Naruto would have used the pillars to block them and would have returned the attack, saying snow, what was it? I forget the name. Saying he would pretty much say the snow wave. Right now they're using snow techniques, which are the easiest ones to use and the less costly of stamina right now. And they can do more distance since they're going for a long range battle, which would go across Haku. As Haku would say enough of this, as he would just put up a ice barrier blocking it and would dash towards him at high speeds. Naruto sensing this, as he would pull out his blade, as he would swing forward, as Haku would still be sinks in the area, seeing his chakra come, wondering what that's gonna do, but he would dodge it, flying towards the side under across it and dodging it. As Naruto sees this, he'd say plan B, as Haku would sense him spread out his chakra, hitting against trees, as the trees would have fell on top of him, or they would try to fall on top of him, as one would hit him in the leg, knocking him down and stopping him for a second, as Naruto would send his assault, saying the fox's claw, swinging as 3 chakra waves would be sent at him, but not the same as the ones that he used to use his absolute zero cut and all that. But these ones seem to be actually physical and have chakra natures on it. As a claw of ice would be launched at him, as Haku would kick the log off of him, or the tree, as the tree would be cut into pieces by this. As Naruto would say, the fox's stomp, sending another attack which comes from the air, slicing a claw attack. As he launched forward with this, as he says, striking bomb, as he would have swinged his sword forward, trying to stab at Haku, flying past him, bursting through a tree. Right now, he's using a way, or a martial arts, or a kenjutsu of sorts, mixed with martial arts, which it's a martial arts of copying an animal or a creature, which right now he's copying how the fox uses, or Kurama's attacks. He can smash down with his paws, and the bomb, the beast bomb and all that, the fox's bomb, is talking about his unstoppable Biju bomb, where it just goes forward until it hits the target and explodes with energy. But Haku would use his signature move while this happens, as Naruto's getting up, as he would do Ice Mirror, as Naruto would laugh at him, saying, "You're obviously not from our clan. You must have been an outsider out on the world." Since you have not learned or seen this technique that our clan heads uses, so you don't know it, as he'd put his hand against the mirror, where it would just crumble. This is a jutsu only their clan can use against the other clan member. It's able to disband their own ice release jutsus. The only way you can do this is with you either having larger amount of chakra, which many of the clan members do not have much higher chakra, or any of them really have any higher chakra than Naruto would inherit in the future. So he would pretty much be able to overthrow his family in the future if he wanted to. As Haku would be surprised as his mirrors would break, as he says, "This is your fall." As he'd swing his blade upwards, as Haku would have tried his best, as he would pulse his chakra through his hand, trying to use the snow in the air to push away and form a platform, he'd be cut as he'd push away flying. But the cut would be deep enough, as Naruto thinks, as Haku is coughing up blood. As their jutsus would disband of the Frost Forest, as Naruto would feel fatigue from this. Since Frost Forest is not really a attack-based jutsu, but it's more like a lineup jutsu, like the snowball and all that. But this one costs a lot of chakra, and all that, even though he has a lot, he's still just a kid. So, he doesn't have enough chakra to perform that while performing high base jutsus of his Ice Fox technique, so you could say. As he would be fatigued, as he would open up seeing Zabuza still fighting Kakashi, but he would be inside a water prison as his teammates are down. As Naruto says, "I can't really help," saying Snowman's breath as the widest range he can do, which would freeze over the lake, freezing the ice, as he would be able to break the ice from where he's at, freezing the water, turning it to ice, and be able to break it. As this would happen, Kakashi would take down his opponent, Zabuza. And I think this is where I'll leave it off, where they were going to the bridge builder's house, and I'll end it here. This, as you guys can tell, it wasn't really focused on a close range battle, since the jutsu that they use, Ice Forest, is meant for them being able to use long range jutsus that are much stronger than they're supposed to be in this field, since they changed the natural climate around them to fit their means of using these techniques. So that's why it was mostly long range. And Naruto does have close range jutsus, and their clan does have. And so that's why it's like that. See you guys, I guess. I'm the dude that talks to my phone.